everybody.
This is how most people's credit report look. Just crazy and all over the place. It's just loud. Red flags and whistles. Somebody blow the whistle. Somebody blow the whistle.
Good morning, Daddy.
It's all kind of crazy stuff going on. But then we come in and we delete it. We get everything off. We get that credit report deleted, and then look, boom, you don't see it anymore. All you see is the good. What late payments do to your credit score. And I'm going to give you 7 different bill examples to go along with it. And one of them, student loans to be specific, just might shock you, because it shocked me. Hello, you got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk about what late payments do to your credit score. And I'm going to be using the article that inspired it. So just to give you credit, or just to give credit where credit is due, this came from an article that I saw on money.com. And they just talked about how certain missed bills, what they can do to your credit from a score standpoint, and your FICO score to be exact, which is the head honcho as it relates to the scoring model as it relates to your credit. Now, I'm just going to list them out and then just kind of elaborate, because payments being paid on time is a big deal. You see, payment history affects 35% of your credit score. So either you pay bills on time to make sure your payment history stays intact, or if you got a history of making bad payments, you got to figure out how to get those things off. Or if you've had different collections that have taken place, that's where we come in at to see what's on there, see what we can do to help assist you in the process of getting them off. We send out letters, we do things on your behalf. If that's something you're interested in, schedule a call. You can click that link below, smartcreditkit.com, and get access to scheduling the call. But after you schedule your call, don't hesitate to click on some of the other buttons that can help you credit wise as well. Grab your free credit class where we're educating on it if that's something you're interested in learning about. But nonetheless, let's go through this list so you can understand the payment history factor and how late payments really can affect your score. And I was telling my clients this because sometimes when I'm working on the client's report, they think that they can just relax and just not pay stuff on time. No, because now you're doing something that's counterproductive to what I'm doing. It's an oxymoron. It goes against the grain. So you don't want to do that, because now you're hurting what I'm doing to help. Help me help you by paying your bills on time. That's it. Let's talk about the list. So on a mortgage bill, and I won't go into the full details. If you want to see the article, you can look up money.com and then just go to 7 missed bills, or basically what it does to your credit score. So you just type in 7 missed bills at money.com and you'll be able to find it. I'll just leave it like that. Mortgage bill. If you are late, your first late payment on a mortgage bill has the ability to drop your score 60 to 80 points. 60 to 80 points. That's pretty significant. That can take you from good to all right in a heartbeat, just to be plain. So you want to make sure you're paying bills on time, including your mortgage. If you qualify for a mortgage and you got a mortgage bill, great. You're able to have your credit at a place to where you're able to get your mortgage. But just because you already got your mortgage don't mean that you should let your credit go down the drain, because you can leverage your credit in other areas, other ways. And I'm sure you already know that. So hopefully I'm preaching to the choir. But 60 to 80 points from a late payment, your first late payment on your mortgage. That's one example. Number 2, credit card bills. A credit card bill can result in a point drop of 25 to 85 points by being 30 days late. 25 to 85 points. Now, don't get me wrong. If you understand your statement date, your bill due date, things of that nature, it can help you. But you want to get in the habit of paying these things on time, ahead of time, because the point drop 25 to 85%. 25 to 85 points can be very detrimental. Utility bills. You won't believe it. Just kidding. 0 points. You won't get a point drop from a utility bill. However, there are things that are being put in place, Experian Boost to be one of them, that are helping give people credit for on-time payments and just good payment history as it relates to utility bills as well as phone bills. So don't get it twisted. By the time you're watching this video, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a time where utility bills do play a part on your credit I wouldn't be surprised if phone bills, because phones are something that people plan on having forever. I wouldn't be surprised if phone bills are going to reflect on your credit. You heard it here first, or it might already be in action, depending on when you're watching this video. So that said, right now it doesn't affect your score, but pay it on time because one day it may, and you want to build up that habit. Car loans. The point can drop just like the credit card, 25 to 85%. 25 to 85 points, not percent. Points. If you're 30 days late. That's pretty significant. The next one, internet service, 0. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these things start reporting to your credit, because you're starting to be able to get credit for paying those things on time. So just like they're starting to give credit, they can also one day take credit. But right now, it doesn't affect your score. And that's as long as it's paid within 6 months. So let me add that. That's as long as it's paid in 6 months, because sometimes people don't pay something and they move and they go to another location and they never pay the old payment, and then it follows them because it ends up going on collection, which goes on your report after a 6-month time frame, or whatever the process is. So make sure you pay it even if you move to a different location. Medical bills. Medical bills don't drop your score, but you want to pay them in 6 months as well, because they will end up on your collection. And sometimes when the medical bill end up on your report as a collection, sometimes it's a violation of the HIPAA law. So we're able to get some of those things removed, or people are able to get it removed themselves. But it can affect your credit. But you want to pay it within 6 months if you can. I understand medical bills can range from a little bit to a lot of it. And, whatever your scenario is, then I understand. But definitely you want to get in the mindset of paying things on time all the time, every time. This was the one that shocked me, kind of. But the reason why it's the most shocking, and I really see that it's very detrimental to people right now, and people are hoping for all kind of relief as it relates to their student loans, and hoping that somebody comes in and waives a certain amount, makes the student loans free, which I get that mindset. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like student loans have really led people astray. They feel as though that they were going to school to be able to automatically qualify for a high-paying job. In many cases, the job that they end up getting isn't enough to pay for the loans that they had over time. Not to mention that the things that you're learning is sometimes outdated. By the time they printed out these books, the world is moving quick. Book prints and all of that sometimes don't make a difference, and they're just trying to make money off of the book. Sometimes they change one chapter in a book and sell you a whole new book. So the student loans and the whole college process is broken to a degree, but entrepreneurs are really changing the game and making it to where you're learning things that actually are applicable into the real world in real time. So I understand if a person doesn't want student loans to stay on their report and they're trying to pray and hope that it gets waived. I get it, because sometimes the student loans have failed people to a degree, but you got to understand that, college does play its part in some cases if you maximize in that area, but those student loans, you want to pay them. And during this pandemic, a lot of people have put their student loan payments in deferment, but it's still showing up on some people's credit reports. I'm looking at credit reports on a regular basis, and it's showing up as deferred, but it's hitting their report month after month. And yeah, you can kind of get it. You can go about a process to get it removed, but sometimes people aren't going to do that. And they end up staying on their credit report, and they're making late payments. And that has the ability to drop your score. Wait for it, 90 to 110 points. If paid after 30 days. I've seen reports that say that they were late 90 days. So this is talking about 30 days. So student loans can drop your score 100 points. So many people are wondering why their score is stuck at a certain place. Those student loans are killing you. If you're not still in school and the payments have started to be addressed or, kick in, those student loans can be killing you. And if you think you are having those payments deferred, you might want to double check, because it's a good chance you may not be having those payments deferred because it's still reporting on your score. And if it's still reporting on your report and affecting your score, they can drop your score by 100 points. So it's only a certain amount of stuff that I can do if you're not doing your part and doing your due diligence. Or if you're fixing your own credit, don't be counterproductive on the work that you're doing. Yeah, you're paying things on time, but student loans are a part of that as well. Don't just get it deferred if it's not set in stone, not going to hit your report. That's going to be highly important, because that can drop your score 90 to 110 points. So those are the 7 things. So that last one shocked me. So it's important that you pay all bills on time. And if you're in student loan debt, positive energy in your direction, because there's so many people who are, strapped to their student loans, and it's just not necessarily a good thing. I'm fortunate that I was able to not fall victim to the student loans. I was able to get a scholarship or pay for school out of pocket, and then I ended up dropping out of school altogether anyway. So, it ended up working out in my favor to not have student loans. But many people fell victim to the student loans, and some people have used the student loans to do other things. I get it, but nonetheless, pay those things on time if you're serious about your credit, and if you need assistance with getting certain things removed from your credit report. Schedule a call. Click that link below. Schedule a call. And we can see if we're a good fit for one another. And if you're serious, then we can get started and proceed from there. But nonetheless, take your credit seriously, because it's a lot of things that are on the way that are going to make credit more of a force to be reckoned with than it already is, which means that if you're already in position and you already have good credit, then you have nothing to worry about. So this is about being proactive, not waiting until that time comes and then you're like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I fix my credit? No, stay on point so you ain't got to get on point. So that's all I got for this video. Mr. Smith signing out.